Assalamualaikum. My name is Maham Siddiqui and I'll be discussing about neonatal abstinence syndrome. Neonatal abstinence syndrome actually is a group of conditions where babies experiences withdrawal symptoms from certain drugs he's exposed to in womb before birth. When mother takes these drugs during pregnancy, they can pass through placenta and can cause serious problems for the baby. There are two types of neonatal abstinence syndrome: prenatal and postnatal. Prenatal occurs due to the use of drugs by mother during pregnancy. Fetus then becomes drug dependent and after delivery experiences withdrawal symptoms. Postnatal, it occurs when abrupt discontinuation of opioid analgesia occurs, usually after prolonged drug exposure. Phenytoin is a common example. Drugs responsible for neonatal abstinence syndrome commonly include opioids like heroin, prescription opioids that include codeine, hydrocodone, oxycodone, tramadol, depressants such as barbiturates, antidepressants such as selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, methadone, narcotics. It mostly happens within 3 days of birth, sometimes may happen right after birth or not until after a few weeks of birth. They can last from 1 week to 6 months after birth. Signs and symptoms include CNS hyperirritability, which may be characterized by tremors, prolonged crying, high pitched crying, irritability, hyperactivity, abnormal sleeping pattern, respiratory difficulties that include apnea, tachypnea, stuffy nose, respiratory distress, GI dysfunction that include vomiting, diarrhea, poor feeding, hyperphagia, vague autonomic symptoms such as sneeze, hiccups, yawning, sweating. The onset, severity, and duration of neonatal abstinence syndrome may be influenced by many factors, such as specific drugs abused, duration of drug exposure, timing and amount of the mother's last dose before delivery, elimination of the drug by the infant. Diagnosis of neonatal abstinence syndrome can be done by scoring system and other neonatal testing. Scoring system include Finnegan scoring system or scale. So the Finnegan scoring scale lists and assesses 21 most common signs and symptoms of neonatal drug withdrawal symptoms and is scored on the basis of pathological significance and severity of the symptoms and to guide for the pharmacological treatment. The overall total score then decides the necessity of the treatment. Um, Medications, we will start the pharmacological treatment of the medications when the Finnegan score is more than 7. This is the Finnegan scoring list. Neonatal testing tests to diagnose neonatal abstinence syndromes include meconium analysis, urine analysis, and hair analysis. Meconium analysis is the first tool that is passed by the baby and it is the best method for detection of the drug. Urine analysis is widely used for the detection of the drug exposure. It contains high concentration of the drug than the blood. Hair analysis is not commonly used as it is expensive, but the sample collection is very easy. Treatment of neonatal abstinence syndrome starts from non-pharmacological treatment or measures that include limiting of the sensory and the environmental stimulation by using of pacifiers, skin-to-skin contact, that is kangaroo care, walking, avoid walking, minimal amount of feed, and when the non-pharmacological measures fails, then we go towards the pharmacological treatment. Opioids are currently considered the first line of treatment. Then second line of therapy includes phenobarbital. Clonidine, chlorpromazine, and diazepam can also be used as effective and safe second line medications. Now we'll discuss the case study of which soap notes I have prepared. Subject: AK is a baby girl who was born to mother with history of frequent intake of heroin and crack cocaine. Chief complaint of the baby is symptoms of CNS, respiratory, and GI dysfunction. Drug screen positive for cocaine, methadone, and opiates. No vitals were given. AK is presenting neonatal abstinence syndrome as it is characterized by the CNS, respiratory, and GI dysfunction. Maternal polydrug abuse is seen, so AK may result in biphasic pattern or reoccurrence of the abstinence syndrome. Plan include initial treatment is of non-pharmacological measures, that is decreasing the stimulation sensory and the sensory stimulation, gentle handling, swaddling, use of pacifiers, hypercaloric formulas, that is use high calorie diet but small feedings. Then music and aroma therapy, massage therapy, skin to skin, that is kangaroo care, uh, low noise, calm environment, minimize the handling of the baby. Medications, the common agents that are used to treat CNS depressant withdrawals are phenobarbital, paregoric, diluted tincture of opium, and diazepam. Once AK is symptom free, then we will decrease the dose gradually 10 to 20% every 2 to 3 days. Phenobarbital is the drug of choice for neonatal abstinence syndrome due to non-narcotic and, in our case, polydrug abuse. Uh, and especially here we are using it for controlling the CNS hyperirritability. Total loading dose is 20 microgram per kg. The maintenance therapy is 4.5 mg per kg per day. Therapeutic serum concentration control or withdrawal symptoms of about 20 to 30 microgram per ml. Narcotic agents include paregoric, morphine, methadone, and they have a physiological advantage over non-narcotics in the treatment of neonatal opiate withdrawal symptoms. Paregoric is easy to administer and control the withdrawal symptoms in 90% of the infant. It improves the sucking, and also weight gain is better. Then AK dose may be initiated low, then we can increase the dose gradually. Parental morphine may be used in AK is unable to take oral medication and narcotic agent is desired. Diazepam has also been used for controlling the CNS hyperactivity. Chlorpromazine controls CNS and GI symptoms of neonatal withdrawal. Clonidine control most neonatal methadone withdrawal symptoms except for co-sleeping. Discharge plan, as AK is at high risk of reoccurrence of drug withdrawal, parents should be guided and given the information about the recognition of the symptoms, and AK should receive long-term follow-up for monitoring of potential developmental problems. Um, Parents must also be guided for the safe ways to comfort and calm the baby. That is all about my topic. Thank you.